DKIM, or Domain Keys Identified Mail, or DKIM, however you want to spell that, is an email authentication method that helps you and protects you against email spoofing. Now, DKIM allows the receiver to check and confirm that an email message claimed to come from a specific domain if it was indeed coming and authorized by the owner of that domain. So the concept of DKIM is by using pair of keys, one private and another public key. So your email server will be configured to add a digital signature to the emails that are being sent out from that email server using the private key part that is stored on this email server. Then on the DNS record, the public DNS record, you will add the public part of that key so recipient domains can query the DNS, retrieve the public key, and then decrypt the digital signature, or if you want to call it, the encrypted header that has been added by your email server, and then validate that this message was indeed sent from one of your email servers. Now, this way you ensure that the email that was sent from your email server is delivered without any changes in the middle, because if something happens to this email, if any changes happen to this email while being in transit, then that private or that encrypted header will be invalidated, and then when the receiver tries to query the DNS and retrieves successfully the public key, that public key will not be able to decrypt the private header because the header itself was changed and it's no longer valid with the private key and the public key pair to be decrypted. Same case happens if, for example, somebody or someone else tries or did impersonate your email server, thus having the email sent without the private key or the private header added to that email, then the public key that is found on your DNS will not be valid to decrypt what is not encrypted initially. So the destination domain or server or the receiver will either reject that email or will put it in the spam or the quarantine, depending on whatever you set in another thing that is called DMARC policy record. So this is a way to make sure that the email is stamped with your own digital signature and with your own private key, and then whoever wants to receive that email will use the public key that you provide in your DNS zone to decrypt that message, and then make sure that the email is not changed and nobody else impersonated you and nobody else tries to change the email in the middle and so on. Now, before going to the next topic, there are also some useful links that I want to show you, or actually one link only. So going back to the browser and going to this page from the Google admin help site or the G Suite admin help site. This is an article that talks about specifics to G Suite when we're talking about DKIM, and what I want you to see in this page is the last section of this, which is the common questions about DKIM. And basically these 4 questions are very important to read. The first of all is how DKIM work, and this is basically how I explained it and what I just told you about now. Then the second point is, what if my domain already has a DKIM key? It means that if you're using a third-party email service, if you're using Office 365 or even Exchange Server, and if you're having your DKIM record set up already, then what you need to do for G Suite, and basically you just have to create a new record for G Suite and enable the email signing and authentication from the G Suite admin console, which I will show you in a bit after the DMARC topic. The third scenario or the third question, what you can do if you are having a service that modifies the email messages and then completes the sending process for those email messages. One example for this, if you are having an appliance that receives the email messages from your email server and then scans them and stamp them with a special header, for example, or something like that, then the email in this case have been modified while being in transit, and the digital signature or the encrypted header in this case will not be decrypted with the public key that is available in the domain DNS zone. So this is a very common case sometimes, and the only resolution around this is by either changing the behavior of that appliance or that scenario, but then you will end up without the requirements that you initially needed to set up that scenario, or you can set up the gateway to change the message, then send that email back to G Suite, and then from G Suite you send it again to the internet after adding the DKIM header to that email message. Then finally, there is one important point or question. What if emails from my domain are rejected because they don't have or they don't pass DKIM check? And the answer for this one is the email messages will not be rejected because of a DKIM issue. They might be stamped as having an issue with the DKIM. They might be delivered to junk or, for example, or spam. But that is not the exact reason for emails to be rejected because of a DKIM issue. The only way that emails can be rejected because of a DKIM issue is by having DMARC policy record set up and configured to reject email messages that fail the DKIM check. And you can configure DMARC the way you want to either reject or quarantine or even just ignore the email messages, which is something not healthy at all. But that's something available for you to do in case you needed that.